Hello everyone, and welcome to this Kaiserreich Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. If you don't know what this is, this is a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, one of my favourite mods I have ever seen in any game of all time. I don't know what it is about this mod, there's just something about it, it just screams awesomeness. What is Kaiserreich though? It is an alternate history mod. And a sort of total overhaul mod. Where, what if Germany won World War I? And it sets up Hearts of Iron 2, they build up to World War II, but with a Germany won World War I sort of perspective. So, Kaiser Wilhelm, for example, is still in charge of, I was going to say Russia. I was like, what alternate history am I talking about? It's not Kaiserreich anyway. But no, it's still in charge of Germany. So yes. Legacy of the Weltkrieg. The year is 1936 is a turning point for the history of the world. A time of both great blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Select scenario. And look at this. Look at this! German Empire! Wilhelm II! Austrian Empire! The Comintern! Wait, no, not Comintern. Commune of France. The Union of Britain. The Dominion of Canada. And their leader's George V? Yeah. But we're going to be playing as the Union of Britain. And we're going to pause here just so I can show you a wee video. It's sort of like the Kaiserreich video giving you a quick rundown on the history. I'll just shut up and let you watch it.
The Victorian Golden Era saw the British ascend to a superpower status the likes of which the world had never before seen. By the dawn of the 20th century, Great Britain boasted an empire upon which the sun would never set. Vast territories and populations under its colonial rule, resources beyond human imagination, all guarded by the greatest fleet that had ever sailed the seven seas, the Royal Navy. In its hubris, the British believed that the Great War would be a quick campaign to subdue the upstart Germans, and that their boys would be home by Christmas. History would decide otherwise. After 4 years of gruesome trench warfare, Britain saw its continental allies topple to the German onslaught. Without American aid, economic collapse was unavoidable, and the war-tired populace found itself teetering on the brink of national starvation. Even a despised peace with honour in 1921 could not amend for the endless lines of coffins returning to the home isles. Sons and fathers, men and boys, murdered in a pointless war of imperialism, waged for naught but for the greed and ambitions of the upper class of British society. The violent crackdown on a coal miners' strike in 1925 proved to be the last straw. Across the empire, the poor and damned rose up, forcing the royal family and the loyalists to flee to Canada. With the head cut off the snake, the broken empire shattered. Piece by piece, colonial territories fell to independence movements or worse, to the Kaiserreich. The British Empire, once undisputed ruler of the world, was no more. From the ashes of a broken world rose the Union of Britain. In a cynical reversal of fortunes, the young nation now finds itself surrounded by reactionary forces, with only its French comrades to challenge the Kaiserreich. But it is not the British who fear, for the tyrant Kaiser and his corrupt kleptocrats sleep uneasy as the red tide creeps ever closer to German borders. It is whispered in hovels and soot-smeared factories, its siren call heard in underground poems and songs printed by illegal presses, and flies found on grimy work floors. It is what is scribbled on walls by vandals disappearing in the night. It is the chant of equality, the banner of the people, the red call of syndicalism. Down with the Kaiser! Break the chains! Break the chains!
Break the chains indeed. Select our country. The Union of Britain, obviously. We cannot have achievements or Iron Man mode because it's a big mod. Just call it, yeah, the Union of Britain too. There we go. Well, we can have Iron Man, just not achievements. Fighting a land war in Asia. There we go. The music's quite a bit quieter here. Let me just actually come in here. I also have the Kaiserreich music mod on in case you hadn't noticed. But before we do anything, let's just take a look at the world. The Russian Republic is like, ah. This is just the Ottoman Empire, Bulgaria, Kingdom of Hungary, Austrian Empire, Lyria, Serbia, the Italian Federation, Kingdom of Spain, Commune of France. All of Ireland is Ireland. There's no... Kingdom of Finland, Norway, Sweden. I was gonna say, wait a minute, that's not Denmark. Denmark has a lot of land. Then our arch nemesis for this, even though I think we're poised against Germans as well. But the British royal family has fled to Canada. They're all over here. So we can see George V. United States. Market liberals, social liberals, syndicalists. I'm not even going to try and pronounce some of this. Authoritarian Democrats, I take it that is. I'm pretty sure America goes into civil war pretty early, similar to how Spain has it in the original Hearts of Iron game. Right, let's take a look at things to now. Oh yes, there's a lot of new things here. This has been vastly expanded on. La la. Cha la 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 la. Cha la 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 la. You've even got stability. I shouldn't whistle. My whistling terrible. You've even got popularity, how popular our government is. And this is... well, that reminds me, there's one thing I want to say about this mod. It is a work in progress. I forgot, did we have historical focus? I think you're meant to have historical AI focus off because it can cause crashes if it's on. And remember, this is, as it says here, a work in progress. So there's high chances of crashes and that sort of thing. This is an alpha. So yes, that is not even finished yet, work in progress. Ministers, we've got lots of ministers we can do stuff. Add an intel minister and add a theorist. You can see there's lots of ministers. And change these ones. Lots and lots. There's lots more stuff to do in here. We've got no theorists at the moment. And a weapon manufacturer. Heavy equipment manufacturer. Another heavy equipment manufacturer. Air and naval. And industrial. Whereas what we got down here? Chief of Army, Chief of Navy, Chief of Air Force, and 3 high command slots. Same as before, just a lot more options. We've got no national focus. Let's take a look at our national focuses then. Lots and lots of stuff in here. Tra-la, da-da-da-da, pa-pa-ra-da. I think we're definitely going to want to go down here first to get these additional factories. So that's going to have to start off with the 1936 Congress of the Trade Union. This year, the TUC will probably be a bit special. Long-time Chairman Philip Snowden has indicated that he intends to resign. The blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yep, that's enough of that. Start researching me of that. Right, let's take a look at military now. There we go. Let's see, most of these are home defense garrisons. So that's the new. I'm not used to hearing so many songs I know. So we'll get rid of our actual infantry units and we'll form our home defense. And we're just going to get them to garrison all of Britain. Well, I can't really call it Britain. What can I call it? The Union of Britain. But we don't have that little bit of Ireland. Right. And we'll form this into our main army. And we'll get them to gather in London. We don't know what we're going to be doing with them yet, in case there's a war or anything. These are the guys we want to send, whereas these guys are more just meant for defending ports. Can we actually just come in here and see? If I wanted to convert this to an infantry, it'd give us breakthrough, it'd use more supply, it'd take away suppression, HP, and training time. So basically these guys are just built for defense. They've got slightly better defensive stats, but they've got no breakthrough. Well, you got militia too. Now militia take it out of your production costs. Yeah, they're really cheap. You can spam militia. They'll be really good for countries like Russia that have lots and lots of manpower. Oh, there's so much new stuff in this game I've got to learn. Why have I got so many different types of units? Let's see. See, so I've got none of them. I've got some of them, and I've got some of them with tanks. Light tanks. So I've got some infantry with light tanks, some infantry with artillery, and I've got, well, obviously we're getting rid of that because I don't have any, and I'm not going to be getting any soon. No units in basic training. We'll leave that for now. We're not going to go after that. What else do we need to do? Let's take a look at research. Oh, 4 research slots. Nice. Let's just take a quick shifty through the trees first of all. See if there's much new. This is all looking basic. The same as before for Britain. Yeah, this is all the same. The Hind, the Typhoon, the Spitfire, the Hurricane. Yep, seems about alright. I'm not, no, nothing's jumping out at me as being different here, so I think research is all the same. We do start off with electric mechanical engineering though, I like that, so let's go straight after the next tier of that. I definitely want construction. Start my industry. Get my industry going as strong as possible. Synthetic oil would be quite helpful. Before we decide on that, let's take a look at resources. What do we start with? So no rubber, no oil. As I thought, so synthetics will be pretty good and will be pretty much required at some point. Because I have really no idea where we're going to be conquering, where we're going to be fighting yet. So the United States has a lot of oil, and if the United States has its rebellion, we could support our guys that spawn here. And we could trade a lot of oil from them, but still better to have oil myself. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to get the synthetic oil. It takes a long time, and it is a big investment research-wise, but we've got no access to oil, so it will be very helpful. Right. 3 civilian factories. We have got 20 factories. Wait, let's take a look. We've got 36 civilian factories, and we're getting to use 20 of them. 16. Wait, what? We don't. If I do. Aha, no, 20 are going to consumer goods. And we're only getting the use of 16. That's not that great. But it's an okay start. Let's just spread out some civilian factories across everywhere. That'll be some civilian factories in construction. Right, this stuff's not done at all. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. No units in basic training. Right, we've got 12 of these. How many does it think we'll need for the garrison? Minimum division 77. Ugh. Okay. But I really don't want to spend much more on home defense units. Yeah, I think we're just going to train these guys. We'll train 2 of them. You know what, get rid of these first of all. Let's come to this. Now how am I going to tell if these are the ones with tanks? Right, that's got a tank. Right, can I... How do I do this again? I want to convert it to the one with artillery. We will gain 200 manpower, 60 light tanks. Brilliant. And he's got tanks too, so... And he's got tanks. And he's got tanks. He's got tanks. And he's just got artillery. Right, so convert all them to the with artillery. That means we can get rid of that. And then we're just going to have all this. We're not going to have any tanks. I think that'll be much better. I'm going to train 4 of them. Stick them to train. Where was I again? Oh, recruit and deploy. Location. There. Greater London area. We'll sit them in their own army and train them, then jump them over to their main army when we're done with that. Missing equipment production. Yep, we'll sort that now. 3 military factories. Right, we don't need tanks anymore. We are going to need that. We're going to want that. We don't need... Yeah, I'll start a small pool of motorized and some artillery. Don't need either of them. Ah, we start off with some good carriers, don't we? Okay, so get some carrier fighters. Just carrier naval bombers, not normal naval bombers. And since we can't get ground support at the moment, we'll get interwar bombers. And that leaves us 12 factories free. Let's put the carrier stuff to the bottom. Four there, one there. Where do we want the rest of our factories to go? Well, everything else will just sort of stockpile in. So let's put another 3 there, another 4 there, and another 2 there. Right, now build ships. We're definitely going to want convoys to be right at the bottom. Carrier 2s. Start carriers. We've got some good carriers, so we're going to go carriers. We're not going to go battleships or battle cruisers or heavy cruisers. But we are going to need light cruisers and destroyers. And convoys at the bottom. And let's do the I think that's good. Right, no template. That'll be for the motorized and support equipment. Don't worry, they'll be getting added as soon as I can to my divisions. Right, now insufficient resources. We're nearly ready. We're 20 minutes in, and we're not even ready to. This. Oh, look at oil. Oh, we're hurting. Iron Guard of Romania. Oh. United States, I think it's going to have to be you, giving me oil. We also need rubber. Let's go to the Netherlands, give me some rubber. And that's going to eat away some of my factories, unfortunately. We also need chromium. What production lines need chromium? Else if I go to the right thing. Was that distracted by the bagpipes? I didn't even look for the chromium. Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. I just been. Ah, there we go. Carriers need it. Is that all? Yeah, we need 4 chromium for our carriers. I think we can live with that. I think we can live with that. I don't want to get rid of another factory. Right. Let's advance time. Boom! Oh. Let's pause for this. Kaiserreich Alpha 0.4.8. To Russia with love. The Kaiserreich team proudly presents Kaiserreich Alpha version 3 to Russia with love for Hearts of Iron 4. 4 months now our team has worked from every corner of the world to bring this mod to you. We hope you all enjoy playing it as much as we enjoyed making it. First of all, there are several things we'd like to point out regarding the new mechanics. If you check the politics tab, we've already went over some of this. Yeah, there's lots of new politics type stuff. Negative. Oh yeah, political power. Having more political power means you get increase your stability, which is good, which is very good. It's kind of like the older Europa Universalis games and that sort of thing. The older Paradox games, stability. Second, you should also be aware this mod is designed with the assumption that the player will always annex all possible states in peace treaties, so you should make sure you do that, so try and annex everything possible. Finally, we'd like to remind you that we're still in alpha, so expect bugs, crashes and various headaches. When you encounter any of these, please report them on Steam, our Discord channel or any other section of the Paradox forums. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask us, but please check the in-game FAQ first. Enjoy the Kaiserreich 4 team. Thank you, Kaiserreich 4 team. Guest event, meet the Kaiserreich 4 team. Hey, tell me more about this exciting new stability system. Get 5 political power. But wait, I have more questions. Go to FAQ. Want to remove the faction joining limits? I want to go wild. Now, I don't want to go to the FAQ part 1, but I do want to go... Aw, then they take that PP off, yeah. They're taking away my PP. They've been hiding in my toilet and they're taking away my PP. Yeah, but that's just basically the stability's problem. What they're talking about. The new stability system, there we go. I wanted that PP. Exactly. Kaiserreich team, you're evil. I wanted it. I don't even like this one. Well, that's not very nice. Great job. News event. I want to know, only inform me about major events. I want none of the nonsense. Inform me about everything. I want to see the silly stuff happening. But I'm saying silly because it just sounds outlandish, history-wise. Don't tell me I don't need that. Right. Back to advance in time. So I've got my navies here, if I remember rightly. Yeah, we've got carriers. So I've even got planes in my navies, which is incredibly powerful if you've got naval bombers in there. I remember what was it back when I first got into Hearts of Iron 4, people were complaining like mad that naval bombers were OP. I'm not sure if they ever got nerfed, I just remember them saying they were. Shouldn't that be crossed out? I was just going to say there's no achievements there to be gained. Let's speed things up a wee bit. I think 4 is good for now. So not up to much. Everything's looking good. Splendid isolation. Yep. What is it? Our faction wants to be isolationist at the moment. We're going to have to do something about that at some point. They just want to be left alone. And they just want to be syndicalists. We got 51% popularity. Oh. Comrade Musley calls a meeting. Comrade Musley, the Maximus faction, invited blah 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 the French, Slovakia, and a former blah 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 blah. Chairman, Sweden should keep an eye on their development, worrying to say the least. The New Britain. After the defeat of France, the United Kingdom war with Germany dragged on inconclusively for 2 years. In 1921, the stalemate was finally broken when Lloyd George agreed to the German proposal of a peace with honour. While Britain's overseas territories remained largely intact, the faith of the people did not. In 1925, the disaster struck. A minor labour dispute in the coalfields of South Wales quickly escalated, and after 6 years of rioting, looting and pamphleting, most of the establishment, including the royal family, had fled to Canada. A provisional government of revolutionary groups dissolved what little was left of the Parliament and declared the new Union of Britain. 15 years later, the Trade Union Congress still forms the centrepiece of politics of the Federated and Democratic Union. The British people are secure on their island, content to build socialism in isolation, protected by their strong Republican Air Force and Navy, with each country protected by its own popular militia who act both as the reserve military and the new police. Yet, with the world seemingly ready to erupt into chaos, many are starting to wonder if Britain has a duty to spread the revolution to her former colonial territories. After all, the monarchists in Canada cannot be allowed to plot against the Union indefinitely. Start advancing time again. So yes, the evil monarchy over here cannot be allowed to plot against us. The Dominion of Canada. The assassination of President Kerensky. Kerensky? How barbaric. Kerensky, that sounded like a Russian name. Oh well, I should have paid more attention. Because when you think of assassination of president, you always think American. But that sounded... It's Kaiserreich, it could be anywhere. The French Republic. And what the? Commune of France? There's 2 French countries at the beginning? Yeah. The Totalist Charter. Mussolini. Let's hope people resist this madness. So Mussolini... Oh. Edward, the 8th crowned king of Britain, ruled at home and themselves, has passed away in exile. Interesting. Ha! The evil king has passed away. Our troops are training. We're gearing up for war. We're building factories. What more can we want to do? Let's put it all the way to top speed for now. See if we can save up enough political power to increase our stability. Hello? Sultanate of Egypt. My God! Black Monday. So... Clear. The 5th Anglo-Afghani War. Who cares about Afghanistan? Oh. Can't believe I just said that. If that's taken out of context, that could be very problematic for me. The Emirate of Afghanistan declared war on the Dominion of India. So yeah, so India is still, well, at least part of India is still a domain. Radical Socialists. Electrical gridlock in France. Interesting. France is the... No, which France was it? I should have paid more attention. There's 2 Frances in the moment. This one's our friend. Radical Socialists, Syndicalists like us, Totalists, Social Democrats. At least there's one I know what they are. Yeah, there's just so many different political ideologies in this, it's just... Whoa. Exactly, which side are you on? Just out of curiosity, do we have declare war options over here? The death of Pius VI, or the 11th. Oh, wait, whoa. Right, got 2 things here. Transmission from Qing. Qing declared war on Shanqing Taogao? Tiangao? Shanqing Tiangao. Okay, I'll give it up. Right, now what's this? Vote for our economic policy. The debate has wandered into the areas of economics. As has been predicted, every faction has put forward their own suggestions. Most people assume the Maximists will win debate, since Oswald Mosley is a major figure in the British economy these days. Right, we have to choose which political party we're going to say. We get to choose which political party wins. So, we've got this. Change in popularity to Totalists, 5%. Change in the party popularity to Syndicalists, 5%. Well, we are the Syndicalists, so that'd probably be good. Greater economic autonomy must be given to the home nation. But this has no effect on an actual economy, it's just... Okay, we're going to go for the Syndicalists. Economic policy has been bypassed. Brilliant. Ah, so that's stuff in here. Ah, so this is the Congress thing that... Ah, so this is going to give us... We've got to choose all our policies. So we're going to have to choose our foreign policy. We're going to have to choose... we might not have to choose military. Oh, no, wait, no. We do have to choose to vote for military policy. So even though it's in here, these are all just part of this Congress, and then once I've done each of them, I'll have access to my trees. We're definitely going to go down the economy tree first. I know what's coming. It's going to be bagpipes. Right, vote for our foreign policy. The debate has wandered into the area of foreign policy has been predicted. Oh, excuse me. Every faction has put forward their own suggestion. The Congress, my eyes glazed over there, listened casually to every candidate until the suggestions of the autonomists were heard, when a slow, shocked murmur ran through the hall. Max, we must fight the reactionaries wherever we find them. Gain popularity Totalis 5%. Canada is our mortal enemy and France is our good old friend. Change in popularity to Syndicus 5%. We must take a position of reconciliation towards the royalists. Oh no, we're not reconciliating with them. We're gonna kill them. But yeah, that's Canada is our mortal enemy. Vote for our military policy. The debate has wandered into blah 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 blah. Right. The military must be expanded under the local militias placed under the TUC control. The army must be expanded, but only in self-defense. No, we're not choosing that one, even if it is our faction. Because we don't want to be self-defense only. A Scottish, English and Welsh National Army. No, that only leaves this one. Vote for our internal policy. The local government must be brought in line with the TUC. The current system is satisfactory. And perhaps even local TUC for the whole nation. Current system's satisfactory. Right, advanced time. Foreign policy bypassed. Military affairs bypassed. Internal policy bypassed. Let's just see here, is that them all? Yes it is. Just need to wait for the Congress itself to finish. We'll get our 50 political power. Then we're going to be diving down here. Central Industry Research. I think we're going to go straight for that. The First International Congress. Oh. The resignation of Philip Snowden. Oh, we're going to lose 50 political power. But at least we still have positive, so we're not going to lose stability from going into the negative. So shocking to say the least. High popularity. Oh. The foreign sport, real power is high. Political power. Hey, nice! Daily political power gain, plus 2.5. So we've now got high popularity. It's just not updated here yet, we're still at medium popularity. Right, the First International Congress, an interesting development. Right. So this is the problem with Hearts of Iron games. When you're not playing as fastest, and you don't just declare war willy-nilly. Right. Okay, we've got a choice to make here. The time is advancing. I see there's more than one. Deflecting officers. And the rate of least intention the political freedom of our... Okay, sorry, stop getting distracted by national anthems that might be close to me. Some royalist officers have defected to us, namely blah 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 blah. The Republican Army and the Navy with their expertise. However, well, we don't have any proof. There is a suspicion that some of them may have fought against the workers in the Second Glorious Revolution. The Congress will decide their fate. Chairman election, Feds and Cons secure a majority. The TUC has decided to vote for our blah 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 blah. Who will become the new chairman of the, or chairwoman of the TUC? The Feds and Cons will become the ruling party. Public elections will not be held. Who becomes the leader of the syndicalists? Sanford Kenny becomes the leader of the syndicalists. Doesn't really make a difference, does it? Comrade Horner. There we go. Our new leader, Horner, who's a member of the TUC. Oh, we could. Oh. The Third International. France has gone through with its designs to hold the first Congress, the Third International, and we expect it to have delegation. It would be foolish not to send a delegation. On half of the event, the French we cannot make it. Arthur Horner is going! Syndicalism in Spain. Oh, whoa. Not so much at once. Right. Kingdom of Spain don't like me so much. You know what? We're gonna help our comrades. John Jack Reed and the combined syndicalists pledge our support for the American worker. Yes, once again, we will help our American friends. We will help all our syndicalist friends, no matter where they come from and how outnumbered they are. And it's probably going to get me killed, but who cares? We're playing for fun. Okay, more. The women's role in the worldwide revolution. Okay, so women are helping me. I get 20 political power. I'm all for that. Happy days. The leaders have fled Spain. Political power plus 60. So we send some troops? Is that why we're losing manpower? Refuse to give them refuge. Kick them out. Have fled Spain. Arrested and imprisoned, and they have been going to us asking for training and support, so that they can return when they're prepared to bring down the king. Yeah, we'll support them. Again, we just said that. Yep, they're the syndicalist faction. So, the syndicalists have fled Spain and they're coming over to me. Oh, whoa, oh, there's even more! There's a lot going on. Right, the Office of General Secrecy. No matter what... Oh, it was of Tom Mann. A compromise with the Maximus is in order. It's going to take 50 political power. The Congress are our closest allies. Now that the new chairman has finally been chosen, many are urging to quickly choose a new general secretary at the end of the period of uncertainty in British politics. Let's go for allies. It's going to cost me the political power. I feel in the long run it'll be the best option. We heard... So the white terror horror stories have been blah 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 blah. Another reason why we must end the capitalist system of murder and robbery. We must admit it would be hypocritical if we denounce terror. No, we will be hypocritical if we like to be. We are going to say it's another reason to end capitalism. Arrgh. Hypocrite us never. We're allowed to be hypocrites. In fact, no, we're not hypocrites. No, never. No. Right. The commune of... It's going to cost so much political power. We can't just keep giving it away. No, we're not wasting our resources. We're helping enough people. I've already gone back on what I originally said. Right. Why are my eyes watering? Stop watering eyes. Right, we're safe. No more newsreels. No more newsreels. How are we doing? Research is going brilliant. The Congress trade union's going well. Oh, these guys are still trading? Stop trading. Yeah, there we go. Lag spike. Dun, 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 dun. Right, I think we're going to be calling it apart soon. The Russian Republic has declared war on the Soviet Union. The Second Russian Civil War. Troublesome development. Alright, we can now tell these guys to go into this. Can never work out how to get this done perfectly. I've always... Alright. This sometimes seems to work, it sometimes doesn't. I don't know what I do differently when I get it to work. Just click there, click here. They're going into the... as long as they spawn in the Greater London area, that's the main thing. Soviet Russia. Carlson. Some of these names changed, was it? They must have changed. The names are different. Moskva. Kyiv. Kazan. I'm thinking that's where Moscow is, isn't it? Then Stalingrad is somewhere down here. And isn't that a grad too? Petrograd, but it wasn't that. So yeah, the names have even been changed. Right, Soviet Union. Radical socialists. Syndicalists. If we weren't such isolationists, we might have tried to help them. They're more aligned to ours. Just fiction, we can't do that. Pity. Right. You know what? We're going to be calling it apart here. Oh, we can help them. It's going to give up some manpower, though. Let's give them the infantry equipment. I want to keep my manpower. So yes! Hope you've all enjoyed this. Join me on next time for the second part of this Union of Britain Kaiserreich gameplay. I'll see you all there. Bye-bye.